Most people learn about what I'm about to share with you too late in life. And in fact, this is a 7-step lead magnet formula that was coined and built by Alex Hormozi. If you don't know who Alex Hormozi is, he's what many people are today considering one of the greatest advertisers and marketers in our lifetime. And I've watched him grow. I've been friends with him now for over 7 years. I've been in a high ticket mastermind class with him, and I've seen him go from zero to superstar and zero to hero in just a very short period of time. And so in today's video, I'm going to break down out of his book. He created this book called $100 Million Leads. If you don't have it, go get yourself a copy. Alex, if you're watching this, dude, I love what you're putting out. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You are a stunner. Well, what, right? But in this video, we're going to dive into his 7-step lead magnet formula. Here we go. Sean back at you with another high ticket tune up. Make sure to smash that like button. Share this out to somebody who needs it. And of course, if you find some value in this, please, please, please share it to somebody else that might need to build, in this case, a lead magnet, because we're going to talk about Alex Hormozi's 7-step lead magnet formula. I've already paid homage to this dude. He is a stunner. If you don't know who he is, go look him up. He's got some incredible YouTube videos. The content he's putting out is fire right now. And his recent book, the $100 Million Leads book, is really, really powerful. So let's get into it without further delay. What is his 7-step lead magnet formula? Well, we need to start by doing a definition of what is a lead magnet. If you're in business and you're hearing this for the first time, you might already know what a lead magnet is, but just to be very simple, a lead magnet is a complete solution to a narrow problem, right? What do I mean by that, right? Well, this is typically lower cost or free, somebody that can come in as an entry point. It solves a problem and reveals another problem. And if they think your lead magnet is worth their time, they'll think your core offer is worth their money. In the book, Alex talks about if you can solve a simple or narrow problem first and then move into your core offer second, they'll buy your lead magnet with their time, and then they will buy your core offer with their dollars. That's kind of the idea behind the whole system. Well, here's his 7 steps, and then I'm going to break them down one by one. First of all, you got to figure out the problem you want to solve and who you want to solve it for. Then we figure out how to solve it. Then we go to how to deliver it. We got to test what to name it, make it very easy for people to consume. You got to make it darn good, right? Again, you're putting out content. Everyone's putting out content, those business owners that are doing that. And if your content sucks, it's probably going to push somebody away and go in the wrong direction. Lastly, you got to make it easy for them to tell you that they want more. So let's break down each of these steps. First, figure out the problem you want to solve and who to solve it for. Every problem has a solution. Your business is a solution to a problem. That's why we go into business. Typically, most people that go into the entrepreneurial space have a solution to a problem that they experience themselves. Now, that could be a problem that they needed to solve for themselves, and it revealed another problem. And so as an example, Alex Hormozi talks about real estate in his book. And he says, look, if you're selling homes as a realtor, well, there's a lot of things that have to happen before the home gets sold. Like you need to get your landscaping done. Maybe you need to get pool service set up. Maybe you have to get an inspection on bugs or something like that. Those things are all great ideas for free lead magnets. Here's the 10 things to look for if your house is getting eaten up by bugs, and give that for free. And then it reveals the fact that now they need to do landscaping work. Now they need to do the next thing and the next thing. And then your solution or your core offer will actually cover all of the next problems that will pop up. So what we need to do is solve that narrow and meaningful problem first with a lead magnet, whether it's free or very low cost. And then it will reveal to your buyer, the prospect, the new problem. And you got to make sure that your core offer actually solves that new problem. And when you do this, don't overcomplicate it. Lead magnet solves the narrow and meaningful problem that actually creates momentum, moves the needle in your business. And then it opens your eyes to, oh, this is my next problem. I'm going to struggle with that. I need another solution. And that'll continue getting people to kind of come in your direction. Secondly, we got to figure out how to solve it, right? There's really according to the book, there's 3 different types of lead magnets that you can use. The first one is we want to reveal problems, right? This could be, as an example, if you go to the chiropractor, right? Or you're looking for chiropractic service, maybe your back is crooked and you're walking like this and it's really painful. Maybe a lead magnet for you that a chiropractor could put out there would be like, hey, here's your poor posture. And if you fix it, this is what life looks like with good posture, right? That could be a lead magnet as a revealing the problem type of a thing. The problems get worse the longer you wait. So if you have poor posture and you go with poor posture for longer, it will start compounding other things. Example, my mom had some knee trouble, right? And she was walking a little bit wonky. And then the doctor said, hey, you should get a knee replacement, because when you do, you won't walk wonky and you won't compound the problem later down in the road. Because if you keep walking wonky, what's going to happen is going to stretch your back, and then your back's going to be all jacked up. Well, this is a great opportunity for somebody to give my mom a lead magnet that might be able to help her, right? So that's a great example. Secondly, you could do a free trial. If we stay on the contract or chiropractor piece, a free trial would be like, come in for your first free adjustment. I'll fix your knee. I'll fix your back. I'll get your posture upright and going. And then you have your free first trial. You've been through this, I'm sure. And then you'll come back for more opportunity. This is full but brief access. Again, if you're a chiropractor, do a free adjustment and then move forward. Last one is free step 1 of X. Typically, this is very, very powerful for complex problems, right? We have a software. It's called FlowChat, if you didn't know by now. What we can do is give you free access for a week. You can test it out, get some results really fast, and then boom, it'll turn into, well, no, I want this some more. And then you buy. You've heard free trials in software companies all over. This is one type of lead magnet that you can build that will work really, really well. Okay, now we got to figure out how to deliver it. Moving into step 3. I'm going really fast here so you can have consume all of this. So how do we deliver it? Well, we can deliver it as a software, right? Give them a tool, a software, a spreadsheet. And in Alex's book, he talks about how he gave gym owners, because his first business that really hit him on the map was Gym Launch, where he taught these gym owners how to grow their gyms. And he gave them a spreadsheet that pulled all the right metrics so that they could quickly open the spreadsheet and see, oh man, this is how my gym is doing and it's moving forward. That was something for free. And then it was like, how do I get the numbers to increase or grow? That reveals the next problem. And then people would come back and buy the Gym Launch program from Alex, right? Cool idea. Secondly, you can give information. We're talking about teaching them something, right? In my case, one of our free lead magnets is I talk about the 4 hinge points of every direct message conversation. It's very free. I have a really simple infographic, and I talk through the stages of a direct message conversation. And you can use this information anywhere and everywhere. And the idea is, once you get through it and you're like, oh, I see how to do this. Now I want to do more DM conversations. What do? I need FlowChat. And that will bring us a new client, right? So a great way to do informational lead magnets. Last one is services. And again, going back to Hormozi, he talks about with these gym owners, he would actually run their paid ads for their gym to increase all the numbers on that spreadsheet that he gave out for free. You do it for 30 days and then he would stop and he would say, look, if you want to keep working with me, you want me to keep running your ads, now you got to pay me some cash. Very, very easy ways to figure out how to deliver the lead magnet that you want to deliver. So physical products is giving them something they can hold. This book right here is a lead magnet, right? I think he gives it for free. You got to pay for shipping or something like that. But get it, right? Because it's really good. And now I have this in my hand and I can hold this, and the information inside of this book will show you how to get to 1 million, 2 million, or $3 million in profit. And when you do that, now you're like, oh, I got this. And it solves this one little problem. Now I want to move forward and I want to invest with acquisition.com, because he doesn't even let anybody come in his direction unless they've hit like 3 million in revenue and 1 million in profit or something. I don't quite know the numbers, but it's something like that. And they can hold that type of lead magnet. So there's 4 different ways you can deliver your lead magnets. And these are the 4. Now we got to test what to name it. Testing it, what to name it. It's pretty simple. You've heard this concept of split testing. If you're not split testing, you're doing it wrong. We need to be data driven, because the ideas that are in your head, the ideas in my head, they sound great to us and we'd probably buy them, but we're not the ones that are voting. So any coach that's telling you exactly what to do and put out there, name this thing, like, unless they have the data behind it, it's probably the wrong answer. The only thing that we can do to test what to name it is let the people that are paying with money, swiping a credit card, giving us cash, whatever, have them vote. And typically when you're building a lead magnet, as we're talking about today, you want to test the name before you even launch the lead magnet. In the book, he actually talks through this thing is if you can start testing the name of a lead magnet and people are responding, oh, I like test A versus test B as an example, they'll tell you that they want it to be test A instead of test B, or this name versus that name. And then they'll say, how can I get a copy of it? When you have that test that you're doing and they say, how do I get a copy of it? You've got a for sure winner. So that's a very easy metric that you can look at. The three things you need to test: you test the headline, you test the images, and you test the sub headline. David Ogilvy, one of the greatest of all time copywriters, says, when you've launched something with a new headline, you've just spent 80% of your marketing dollars on your headline, because there's a certain percentage of people that'll just read your headline and they'll either click or not click. That's going to be like 80% of all the spend that you're putting behind that thing. So what we want to do is really stay focused on making sure the name of what we're putting out there is something that's really powerful, that hits the spot right off the get. And we've tested that into the market that we're going to go want to sell this thing, because that's going to start driving opportunity to come in our direction. Same with images. Some people like, the before and after images. Other people like the story images where they actually have like cartoony stuff. And this is where you can start to really test and figure out your audience. Some people prefer smaller images, more text. Some people like bigger images with less text, whatever the case is. And you can start testing all of these things. The sub headline is the third thing. So if you're only got limited time to test what to name it, test the headline. That is the secret. Okay. Don't worry about the other two. They'll come later as you get more budget, more revenue. Moving on. Step 5. We're already on step 5. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Now we want to make it really easy for them to consume, right? What do I mean by this? Well, you can have them consume it in all different forms and fashions. You can have a cell phone, you can have a computer, you can have a tablet, you can have a TV, right? Phones, computers, different formats. The idea is you want it so that all of the people that are consuming your lead magnet can consume it in the way they like to consume information. Quick pro tip here. The modality of how somebody receives and learns information is different than how they teach it. So if you're sitting out there thinking like, oh, well, I'm just going to go teach it in this fashion, you're going to have to read this big, long book. Maybe somebody doesn't want to read a big, long book. Maybe they want to watch a video, or maybe they want to listen to an audio. And so if we can think through that pattern, we've got all this extra money that's on the table that we can pick up. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you made a quick, cool video explainer of something. And then it's like, no, I need to read it and see the steps. Well, if you took that video and transcribed it and then made it look like pretty, and now you have something someone can read or something someone can watch, now you have two of the same lead magnet in different modalities based on how your prospect is going to consume the information. Hyper valuable. And then if you just export the audio from that video, now you have an audio only. Most people that are listening to audio, in fact, there's some statistics that prove this. People who listen to podcasts on a regular basis typically have 75% more disposable income than anyone else. So if you're looking to get into a higher ticket market, thinking about an audio version of your lead magnet is a very, very, very good idea. So this couple of steps here, making it very easy to consume. And again, it's always an and strategy. It's never an or strategy. What do I mean by that? Well, if you make a video, take the time to get the transcription, take the time to pull the audio out, and now you have the same lead magnet in 3 different modalities. And it's going to be, and now if you can offer it on a phone or computer or a different format in like a blog or a vlog or something like that, you've just exponentially increased the reach of what your lead magnet can actually do for you. Lastly is your availability, right? Alex talks a little bit about this. He says, make yourself more available so that you can actually reach to those people and speak with them and talk with them, right? So if you're giving some sort of a free service, again, if you're that chiropractor, instead of just having 2 free hours a week that you can do, maybe do 1 hour every day of the week. So that's from 2 to 5 hours. It's a little bit more of a time investment, but you could have 5 new opportunities coming through every week instead of just 2 if you did hour-long sessions. So if you can start to increase your availability, and I know it's hard, right? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you're wearing a lot of hats, but this is the idea, okay? Next, you got to make it darn good. Really freaking good. As I mentioned earlier, Hormozi says this. He says, give away the secrets, but sell the implementation. Give them the hottest, the most important thing that you can give them, and go from there. Provide them with value before they buy, because in that case, they can move forward and buy the next thing. And Alex talks about this. He says, if this book, this 100 million leads book, if somebody takes this book and they consume everything in this whole book, and they get their business to $1 to $3 million or $5 million in revenue every single year, he's already paid his dues. And they're going to be like, whoa, I got to go back to Alex and I got to get involved with acquisition.com so I can actually scale my business even more. And if you can give away all the secrets early and then sell the implementation, that is the true secret on how to make it darn good. Remember, people will first buy with their time, lead magnet, and then they will buy with their money, core offer. Very, very simple. Make free lead magnets as good as your paid stuff, or even potentially better, right? Russell taught me this 6 or 7 years ago, Russell Brunson. He said, look, you got to give them the most juicy piece. And this was counterintuitive to what I had learned in college, because in college, it was like, no. You've got 5 steps, sell them the first step, and then let them go buy the rest. Well, if step 3 was more valuable than step 1, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to go actually give them step 3 and say, here's the process. You need to go back to step 1 and make sure that this is dialed in and tuned up, because that will make it so that people want your stuff more. Lastly, is we just need to make it easy for them to tell you that they want more. Well, this is called the call to action. And you can either call the number, right? So on your lead magnet, whatever you build, you want to have them be able to call the number, click the button, or give more information to you, whether they fill out a lead form, they register for your newsletter, maybe they can book a call directly, and that's it. So now you know the 7 steps, guys. You're there. You're winning, okay? So here they are again. Figure out the problem you want to solve and who to solve it for. Pull out a piece of paper and think about what your core offer solves, what problem that solves, and what are all the problems prior to that thing that you can go and solve, okay? Like for us, we work with a lot of people that have a mess in their messenger inbox. And what we do in order to help them solve that with our core offer is we have one-click sorting, fill out, we have pipeline view and the whole thing, right? So what's the problem that they get before they have a mess in their messenger? Well, they need to understand what to say to people to get a mess in their messenger. Scripts. So we actually give this really kick-ass cool DM guide that has lots and lots of examples of DM scripts that have actually booked a call for us or even closed a deal in chat. So that's great. So we can give that for free. People can go deploy that right now and they can start to see deals coming in and then come back and be like, I have a mess in Messenger. Oh, I better buy that core offer that FlowChat has. It's their software product, right? Pretty cool. Secondly, figure out how to solve it. What are the methods of how you're going to solve that problem for them? Figure out how to deliver it. How are you packaging that thing up? You got to test what to name it, make it easy consume, darn good, and let them be able to come back to you and tell you more. And when you do these things in succession and you practice this over and over and over, like anything, at first you're probably going to suck at building these, and then you're going to suck a little bit less, and then you're going to suck so little that you can't be ignored, right? As a free give at the last part of this is I want to give this to you. If you go right now to scripts.flowchat.com, you can actually grab our $2 million DM scripts. These are the exact DM sequences we use to create $2 million in 10 months. Have it for free. Check it out. Maybe if you're using the DMs, this is something that's perfect for you. And of course, in the comments below or the description below, come join our community or maybe even book a call. See, we're doing the same thing, right? We're doing it right here. This bonus is a lead magnet that might help you. And with that said, guys, you've just been tuned up. Hopefully this one's been valuable for you. Again, smash that like button, share this out to somebody else that might need to learn how to build lead magnets and wants the very simplified version. Go get that book, $100 million Leads. Follow Alex Hormozi. He's a gangster when it comes to business development and entrepreneurship. And of course, share this out to somebody else that might need the help to build something awesome. With that said, you've just been tuned up and I can't wait to see you till next time. But until then, we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.